Hello students, welcome back to my channel. Today I am going to discuss important previous year board questions for class 10th ICSE. The topic is photosynthesis chapter which you have in your class 10th book, that is your fifth chapter for your fifth chapter photosynthesis. I am discussing your back exercise and it contains morely all students of the previous board question. Name the following. The source of carbon dioxide for aquatic plant. What is the source of carbon dioxide for aquatic plants? It is water. The compounds that store energy in the cell, it is starch. The natural purifiers of the air, plants. The category of organisms that prepare their own food from basic raw materials, they are autotrophs. The structure where photophosphorylation takes place, it is the granum of chloroplast. Granum. Damage of photosynthesis pigment at very high temperature. The process is known as solarization. Point at which the rate of respiration and photosynthesis are equal, compensation point. The screen used to prove that light is necessary for photosynthesis, it is Ganong's light screen. The ground substance present in the chloroplast, it is stroma. Stroma or stoma, whatever you say. In some books it is mentioned stoma also. The cell organelle responsible for photosynthesis, organelle, it is plastids. The part of the chloroplast where the light reaction of photosynthesis takes place, it is grana or granum of the chloroplast. The process of conversion of ADP into ATP during photosynthesis, that process is called photophosphorylation. It is known as photophosphorylation. The structure where photophosphorylation takes place, it is thylakoid. It is asked in your board examination 2005 and other years also it is asked repeated question. The part of the chloroplast where the dark reaction of photosynthesis takes place, it is stroma. Plants that prepare their own food from the basic raw materials, they are photoautotrophs. The process of conversion of ADP to ATP during the first phase of photosynthesis is called photophosphorylation. Photophosphorylation. Screen used to prove that light is necessary for photosynthesis. Screen, that is Ganong's light screen. Process used to remove starch from the leaves, it is known as de-starching. Various sources of carbon, the various sources of carbon, burning coal, petroleum, carbon dioxide in the air, dissolved in water, or carbonates of the earth crust, coal, petroleum, they are all the sources of carbon. State whether the following statements are true or false. All green plants are categorized as consumers. False. All green plants are categorized as producers, not as a consumer. The immediate product of photosynthesis is glucose. Yes, it is correct. The dark reaction of photosynthesis occurs during the night time. It is false. Dark reaction of photosynthesis does not occur during the dark reaction occurs immediately after the completion of light reaction. Plants pay the price of photosynthesis in the form of respiration. It is false statement. Plants pay the price of photosynthesis in the form of transpiration. The oxygen produced during photosynthesis comes from carbon dioxide. False. The oxygen produced during photosynthesis comes from water. Plants that manufacture their own food are termed heterotrophs. False. That manufacture their own food, they are termed autotrophs. Photosynthesis occurs in all the green cells, all the cells of the plant. False. Photosynthesis occurs in all green cells of the plant. That is the correct one. Photolysis is the process of splitting of water molecules in the presence of grana and temperature. False. Photolysis is the splitting of water molecules into hydrogen and hydroxyl ions. This is statement false. Stomata is stimulated by light. False. Stomata, they are stimulated by turgidity of guard cells, not by the light. Grana helps in the diffusion of gases, false. Stomata helps in the diffusion of gases, not grana helps. Photosynthesis results in the loss of dry weight of the plant, false. Respiration results in the loss of dry weight of a plant. It is not photosynthesis. The unit of light absorbed by the chlorophyll during photosynthesis is proton, no. It is not proton. False statement. The unit of light absorbed by chlorophyll during photosynthesis is quantum. In place of proton, correct statement, then it will be quantum. Photosynthesis stops to occur at a temperature above 35 degree. It is false. Photosynthesis stops to occur at a temperature above 30. No, photosynthesis stops at 40 degree and it starts degrading above 35 degree. जैसे ही 35 डिग्री सेंटीग्रेड टेम्परेचर आता है उसके बाद फोटोसिंथेसिस कम होने लगता है और 40 डिग्री सेंटीग्रेड पर फोटोसिंथेसिस बिल्कुल खत्म हो जाता है और 34 डिग्री तक 35 डिग्री तक फोटोसिंथेसिस का रेट सबसे ज्यादा होता है. Fill in the blanks. 6 CO2 plus 12 H2O, presence of light and chlorophyll, glucose, carbon dioxide and water. Name the process represented by the above reaction, photosynthesis. Define the process. I hope you know very well. Photosynthesis. See, photosynthesis, synthesis of organic food from inorganic compounds in the presence of sunlight by green plant. Synthesis of organic food from the inorganic compounds in the presence of sunlight by green plant. Mention any two significance of the process. When you ask significance, it helps in the evolution of oxygen and it prepares food for the all living world. They are the two important points. It produces food for the all entire animals or the living world and it gives us oxygen for the process of respiration. Complete the following. Magnesium is an important mineral constituent of chlorophyll. Photolysis of water and fixation of carbon dioxide takes place in the light reaction and dark reaction of photosynthesis respectively. In photosynthesis, radiant energy is converted into chemical energy. Oxygen released during photosynthesis is produced from water. Reducing power of photosynthesis is photolysis of water. In photosynthesis, glucose is in photosynthesis now C6H12OH is not reduced. In photosynthesis, water in adosine production, reducing agent is NADP and water is oxidized. Water is oxidized and NADP is reduced and NADP, not this one. Water, this is water. Water is oxidized, means photolysis, hydrogen ions, hydroxide ions, the depletion, and NADP is reduced. Which one of these reactions occurs during photosynthesis? Carbon dioxide is reduced and water is oxidized. Both are reduced. लेकिन फोटोसिंथेसिस में ये ऑक्सीडाइज नहीं होता है. फोटोसिंथेसिस में जो ऑक्सीडेशन होता है ये है कार्बन डाइऑक्साइड एंड वाटर which combine oxidize to form the glucose and both are CO2 and water are reduced and NADP is oxidized. It is not reduced. NADP is oxidized and water and carbon dioxide are reduced. Listen. NADP and H2 plus CO2. They are reduced. Which one of the reactions? Carbon dioxide reduced, water is oxidized? No. Both carbon dioxide and water are reduced and NADP is oxidized because it gains. And carbon dioxide and water, they split, they combine. What is the source of oxygen produced during photosynthesis? It is water. What is the role of light in photosynthesis? Role of light, photolysis of water and photosphorylation takes place in the role of light in photosynthesis. Comment on the oxygen is produced during photosynthesis comes from water. This, as you know, that the experiment which you have proved with this, that oxygen is given out during the process of photosynthesis, and it is this experiment. This proved that is evolved water, oxygen is given out during the process, that the hydrolysis, the tube experiment which you have studied in your class 7th also, 8th also, and in your 9th also, 10th also you are studying, to prove oxygen evolved during photosynthesis means the plants, they take carbon dioxide and water combine to form the glucose and oxygen is given out. It is during the photosynthesis, and due to this carbon dioxide and oxygen content in the atmosphere, it remains the constant. All flesh is grass. Yes, the basic raw material by which food is made on the earth's surface is by all green plants. All green plants, they synthesize the food, that is solar energy changes in the form of chemical energy so that the animals can utilize for their various processes. That's why all flesh is grass. Photosynthesis is considered as a process of supporting all life on the earth. It is same way, same thing explained in the asked in a different way. Photosynthesis the process of, because if photosynthesis does not occur, then solar energy cannot be converted into the chemical energy, and for the food, all living world present on the surface of the earth, they do not have any food. Life will not exist on the surface of the earth if green plants are not there, they not photosynthesize, and if they do not change their solar energy in the form of chemical energy, and this chemical energy through the various food chains are transported from one level to the another level of the consumers present on the surface of earth. Define photosynthesis. See, photosynthesis, synthesis of organic food from inorganic compounds in the presence of the sunlight by green plant. Next is solarization. Solarization, see, destruction of photosynthesizing pigments in very strong light. Newton law, rise in 10 degrees centigrade below the optimum temperature doubles the rate of photo. This is not the Newton law. According to Newton law, rise in 10 degrees centigrade below the optimum temperature doubles the rate of photosynthesis. What are quantasome? A group of about 250 molecules of chlorophyll which is capable of trapping one quantum light, that is called quantasome. Optimum temperature. Optimum temperature, temperature at which the rate of photosynthesis is maximum. Grana, piles or the of thylakoids in the chloroplast, they are known as grana. Now see here, photosynthesis I told you, optimum temperature I told you, quantasome I told, photophosphorylation I told you, solarization, Newton law, grana. Photophosphorylation. Photophosphorylation, formation of ATP from ADP and inorganic phosphate by the utilization of energy released by electrons emitted due to photolysis of water. The light energizes formation of ATP. यहाँ पर ये भी oxidize होता है. ADP changes into ATP. This is also oxidized here. ADP into ATP. इसको भी आप oxidized यहाँ note कर सकते हैं. Now differentiate between the following pairs as directed. Light and dark reaction occurs. Light reaction occurs in the granum of the chloroplast. Dark reaction occurs in the stroma of the chlorophyll. It is present in chloroplast. Chloroplast, they are present in plastids. Autotrophs, they can make their example, all green plants. Heterotrophs, all animals, any animals, you can write cow, buffalo, goat, they are heterotrophs. Photoautotrophs, algae. Example, bees which prepare their food from the light. Green plants are also there. Chemoautotroph, with the help of chemicals, they make their own food material, that the sulfur bacteria. Stoma and stroma. Stoma, the structure present on the surface of the leaf by which exchange of gases occurs. The guard cells stoma, opening present in the guard cell. Stroma is the liquid fluid filled in in the plastids in which dark reaction occur. Stroma is the structure present in chloroplast. Now discuss briefly light reaction, dark reaction, de-starched plant. Now, what is light reaction? The reaction which takes place in the presence of the light, they are known as the light reactions. Dark reaction, the reaction in which we do not utilize the light. They takes place only by the combination of see, during the dark reaction, in dark reaction, carbon dioxide reduced to glucose by means of energy ATP, reducing power during the light reaction. Dark reaction, there is no need of light, so it's called dark reaction. It occurs in the stroma of the chloroplast. And the light reaction or the Hill reaction, it occurs in the thylakoids of the chloroplast in the presence of sunlight. Here, as the light dependent, are concerned formation of NADPHs reducing power and ATP, compounds assimilating power. Assimilating means constituting power. End product form is oxygen. It involves activation of chlorophyll, photolysis of water, and photophosphorylation. And here you ask about it. Just a minute. Here we are. De-starch, the process by which we de-starch the plant, means starch made by the leaf. When the photosynthesis occurs, they make the form complex food, glucose, complex form of glucose in the plant, it is known as starch. If we keep the plant in the dark, then whatever starch present, it is consumed and no new starch is formed. Draw a neat and labeled diagram of a chloroplast. So, label diagram of the chloroplast, you had it here. See, this is the label diagram of a chloroplast as seen in the letter. Outer membrane, inner membrane. This is the outer membrane. This is the inner membrane. This is known as the granum. Piles of the single is known as thylakoid. Fret or lamellae by which they are joined with each other. Single plate is thylakoid. They are the granum. And fluid filled inside, it is the stroma. ये स्ट्रोमा, अंदर स्ट्रोमा होता है, बाहर मैट्रिक्स होता है. हालांकि इसमें ग्राउंड सब्सटेंस दिया है, लेकिन स्ट्रोमा जो है इन के बीच में जो प्रेजेंट होता है, इसको हम स्ट्रोमा कहते हैं. ये होता है स्ट्रोमा यहाँ पे, ये, और ये जो होता है इसको हम मैट्रिक्स बोलते हैं. दिस इज व्हाट कॉल्ड मैट्रिक्स. List the events taking place in the photochemical phase of photosynthesis. Now here you can see the list. I'm telling you here. See the list, the events taking place in the photochemical phase of photosynthesis: activation of chlorophyll, photolysis of water, photophosphorylation, production of reducing agent. Now enumerate the steps involved in testing a green leaf of the for the presence of stars. आगे आएगा, इसको भी देख लीजिए. Take 2 well watered potted plants with the green leaves. Like these steps only you are supposed to write. Keep one of the potted plant in dark to discharge it, and the other in sunlight for 8 hours. Detach one leaf from the de-starched potted plant and one leaf from the non-de-starched potted plant. Boil both the leaves in water and then place them in methylated spirit or alcohol for 15 minutes. Wash the leaves with the water and test it with the iodine solution. NADP, nicotinamide, adenine dinucleotide phosphate, ATP, adenine triphosphate. Right. Now here we come. Yeah. If you are, list the event there. If you are planning an experiment to show the effect of light on there, will you select white light or green light? Just why we will select green, because sunlight photosynthesis takes place in the sunlight, and sunlight is the mixture of 7 light. It is the white light. Why should you select a de-starched plant? Effect of light, de-starch, so that we are able to show that whatever the starch form, it is now in the experiment when we kept the plant in the sunlight. Earlier, we have to decide earlier which is synthesized by the plant, that we only de-starch by keeping it in the dark. Green leaves are thin and broad. They are thin and broad so that the process of photosynthesis can take place easily. Photosynthesis is considered as a process supporting our life on the same which I have discussed it here. Repeated question. All the food chains begin with the green plants because green plants are producers, so all food chains begins with the green plant. Animals owe their existence to chlorophyll. Yes, animals existence due to chlorophyll, because chlorophyll only the photosynthesis occur, and due to the photosynthesis, solar energy changes into chemical energy, that is through the process of the food chain goes to the different animals. Sleeping under a tree at night is not advisable because during the night photosynthesis does not occur, so plants they do not give oxygen at that time. At night, they also respire. During respiration, carbon dioxide is given out, not the oxygen. That's why sleeping under a tree at night is not advisable. All life is supported by photosynthesis. Same repeated question. Now, exact location: stoma, surface of the leaf; thylakoids, chlorophyll; guard cells, stomata; grana, chlorophyll; chloroplast, that is in the plastids, green leaf; thylakoids, they are present in the chlorophyll, that is in the granum of the chloroplast. All same repeated board questions are there. Steps involved in testing a green leaf, I told you already. Rewrite the correct form of the statement by inserting suitable words at right place, do not delete. See, de-starching a plant means removing the starch from the leaves of the plant. यहाँ पर आप लिखेंगे from the leaves of plant. The splitting of water molecules into hydrogen and hydrogen is termed photolysis. The splitting of water molecule into hydrogen ions and hydroxyl ions is termed photosynthesis. Full form of NADP, I told you, nicotinamide adenine dinucleotide phosphate, adenine triphosphate. Which is the correct logical sequence? See, de-starch plant, take the leaf, washed in the water, then leaf boiled in the water, boiled in the alcohol, then placed in sunlight, iodine added, testing for the starch. Rewrite by inserting keyword in the space by this. Photolysis is the splitting of water molecules into hydrogen ions and hydroxyl ions in the presence of activated photosynthetic pigment and light. यहाँ पर आप लिखेंगे activated photosynthetic pigment. Given below diagrammatic representation, this. See, identify the organelle, chloroplast. Name the physiological process on the photosynthesis. Mention one way in which the process is beneficial way. It gives us food, makes the food. Name the phase of this process occurring in part labeled 1 and 2. Labeled 1, stroma. The process occurs in dark reaction. Label 2, granum, in the light reaction. A chemical substance NADP plays an active part in one of the phases. Give the expanded form of NADP, आपको हम बता चुके हैं, and state role in the above process. It gains the ions, NADP changes into NADPS2, and later they release these electrons in the formation of glucose in dark reaction. Represent the physical process mentioned above in the form of a chemical reaction. तो chemical reaction आप देखिए इधर. See, here you can see NADP plus electrons plus hydrogen ions, enzyme NADPH. Two oxygen molecules changes to oxygen, molecular oxygen. ADP plus inorganic phosphate, energy, it changes into ADP. That is in the filtration form, right? A candidate, in order to study the importance of certain factors in foliage, took a potted plant and kept in the dark for over 20 years. Then in the early hours of the morning, covers one of the leaves with a black paper in the center. She placed the leaf sunlight for a few hours, tested what aspect of photosynthesis was being investigated. Means the chlorophyll, the light is essential for the. Is there any control in the experiment? If so, state the same. Yes, because the plant is kept under the dark for 24 hours. Why was the plant in dark? To discharge the plant. Step by step how the proceed the leaf test presence of starch. ये आपका 16th क्वेश्चन में जो steps मैंने आपको बताए थे वही steps इसमें आएंगे. Now here you see the well watered potted plant with variegated leaves was kept in darkness for about 24 hours. Same question repeated here in the same way as you had it. Now here one more important board question. The same discharge experiment, lab experiments are there. This you see. Experiment. The diagram given below is set up to demonstrate an experiment. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Pond wheat was placed in 5 water bottles. The experiment was set up as shown in the diagram. The tubes were then left for 20. Write the correct answer out of the 5 available in choice. In which tube would you expected greatest increase in dry weight to the pond wheat? Second option is correct. In which tube you would expect to find the plant with the least amount of starch? Fifth option is correct. The tube in which most oxygen would be found in? First option is correct. The tube in which least carbon dioxide would be found? First option is correct. The tube in which the plant would survive for shortest length of the time? Fifth option is correct. Now here these questions, they are the repeated questions of the same experiment. Now here you see, complete the following by filling in the blanks numbered 1 to 10. Photosynthesis involves light reaction and dark. During light reaction, the chlorophyll present in the chloroplast gets activated by absorbing light energy. The energy spreads water molecules to hydrogen and hydroxyl ions, and oxygen releases 2 electrons. This process is called photolysis of water. Photolysis of water. The hydrogen ions are picked up by NADP to form NADPH. The ADP is converted to ATP. This process is called photophosphorylation. It's called photophosphorylation. During the dark phase, the compound produced at the end of light reaction reacts with carbon dioxide to form glucose. This product is converted to starch. This process is called dark reaction. Now here to test the leaf, discharge in water. To discharge, remove the chlorophyll, cortex white. Same question repeated hai beta. Same experiment. Name the factors. Use the experiment. See this. Here rewrite the oxygen. First is stoma, oxygen, mesophyll cells, respiratory activity, oxidation with the glucose, ATP molecule. कैटरपिलर, फ्रॉग, स्नेक, आउल, ये फूड चेन की रिएक्शन है बेटा. लाइट रिएक्शन थाइलेकॉइड्स, डार्क रिएक्शन स्ट्रोमा, ऑटोट्रॉफ्स प्लांट्स, क्वांटासोम क्लोरोफिल. राइट. Now here again you see the same experiments are there. Represent the experiment, name the physical process being studied, explain the process, that light is essential for the process. What is the aim of the experiment? The same, give the well-balanced equation of the process. 6 CO2, 6 H2O, the glucose plus oxygen is given. What would happen to the rate of bubbling? If we add sodium bicarbonate, the rate of photosynthesis increases and the bubbles coming out from the oxygen also increases. Remove starch from the plants. NADP expanded nicotinamide adenine dinucleotide phosphate. Individual flattened flex membranous thylakoid. Discharge plant rhizomes, aerial part are free. That's all about it. Now here, if still rest exercises, they are the repeated board questions which I have already discussed earlier. Any doubt anywhere, you can ask me again. Again, we will meet in the next video with more important board questions. Thank you.